I should have made this video a long time ago, but the fact that it's not related to comics always kept me hesitant. When Bo Burnham's Inside was released in 2021, I was immediately captivated by it, and proceeded to annoy my friends with references to it for weeks on end. So hopefully the process of making this video will shut me up for a while. Maybe. Inside is a cinematic and musical masterpiece by comedian, actor, director, and musician Bo Burnham that comments on mental health during the pandemic, and it's awesome. Basically, Burnham records himself singing various themed songs, some comedic and some serious, in a single room, using different camera angles and film techniques to evoke emotion. The character that Burnham takes on, which might just be himself, is seemingly trapped in this room and is slowly being consumed by anxiety and depression. As someone who is overly anxious, I find Inside wildly uncomfortable to watch, despite my love for it. In the second half of the film, the character Bo is playing has been completely taken over mentally by this ominous anxiety and dread that subtly lurks in the background. That's why the last couple of songs in the special are the most painful ones. Anxiety is never explicitly mentioned in Inside, aside from Burnham talking about panic attacks in All Eyes on Me. Instead, he uses implication and camera work to convey a feeling of unease and claustrophobia throughout the film. I think the best depiction of anxiety and panic is in Welcome to the Internet, where Burnham's character is overwhelming the audience/listener with fast-paced verses. Additionally, the lights used in Welcome to the Internet add to this feeling. Burnham uses visual and musical overstimulation to represent feeling overwhelmed. Let me talk about the songs themselves. For the record, Inside is one of my favorite albums of all time, as weird as that sounds. Look, my ears like it and therefore it's good music. Okay, so maybe that's not a universal formula, but still. All Eyes on Me, Sexting, That Funny Feeling, White Woman's Instagram, Welcome to the Internet, Bezos One, Content, the list goes on. Every song in Inside serves a specific purpose in painting the picture of dread and isolation that Burnham evokes. While many of the songs are comedic, they are still an important piece of the overall work. Even seemingly silly songs such as Bezos 2 set the stage for later tracks. Nearly all of Inside's songs are composed with meticulous expertise. Why is this special called Inside? At first, it may seem obvious. Burnham is trapped inside during the pandemic, but the truth is that's not it at all. Throughout the movie/album, Burnham leaves clues as to what he means by being inside. The evidence can be found within the songs themselves. In many of the songs, the word inside is given a different meaning. For example, in the first song, Content, Burnham says, "Here comes the content, it's a beautiful day to stay inside." In this verse, Burnham is talking about how lucky we are to live in a world where we can be productive and stay entertained without even leaving our home. This fits the comedic vibe of the first half of the special before the word inside becomes darker. In Look Who's Inside Again, Burnham refers to hiding from the world in order to salvage the remainder of his mental health. It's a partly funny and partly devastating track that is placed about halfway through. In Welcome to the Internet, Burnham says, "Your time is now, your inside's out, honey how you grew." Here he's talking about how the internet has destroyed privacy, leaking everyone's thoughts and opinions into the digital landscape. All Eyes on Me has arguably the most radical version of the word inside. Burnham says, "You're not going to slow it, heaven knows you've tried." Got it? Good. Now get inside. He implies that the world is dying and that there's nothing we can do to stop it. All we can do is succumb to our depression and get inside, which could be literal or metaphorical. Pretty bleak, I know. Even after overanalyzing the special, the true meaning of Inside remains ambiguous. However, the movie's ending does shed some light on the overall themes. In the final scene, the locked door in the back of the room finally opens. Hesitantly, Burnham walks through the door and exits the room, met with a circular spotlight. A laugh track begins to play as Burnham desperately tries to get back inside, finding that the door has been relocked. Although it's up to interpretation, Burnham implies that there is a strange joy in feeling miserable. There is a bizarre solace in disconnecting yourself from the world since no one can judge you. Again, pretty bleak. Take a moment to think about how you coped with lockdown. Although everyone reacted differently, we all had one thing in common. We used the internet to replace the social connection we had lost. In the blink of an eye, we were held inside walls, fearful of the outside world, and we used our phones and laptops to escape. And as anyone who has ever used social media knows, the overuse of technology can decimate our mental well-being. Sure, we could technically live our lives inside, but we never should. Alright, before I let you all go, the last thing I want to mention is this. In an increasingly online world, we need to find balance between working online and living in real life. By this I mean all of life's most memorable moments, whether it be falling in love, bonding with friends, or traveling the world, they don't happen on a screen. Anyway, thanks for watching this annoyingly introspective video. I know it's not about Batman or Superman, but hopefully you've still enjoyed it nonetheless. Take care.